Tremendous treat for you tonight. The number 2 rated college NCAA Division II basketball team in the nation, Kentucky Wesleyan, has got a few national championships under their belt as well. We'll be taking on our very own IPFW Mastodons in what I think is going to be a tremendous game tonight. Both teams pretty well evenly matched, and 2 premier guards in the conference, Junebug Rakes, and what can we say about Lawrence Jordan?
Lawrence Big Z Jordan.
Big Z. Exactly. Averaging 9 assists a game. Lawrence Jordan, the definite catalyst and playmaker of IPFW's team for the last 3 years. And Charles, you've had the pleasure to actually play with him his first year here, right?
Yes, I played with him when he was a little younger, but he was still a very good player, feisty player, and I'd love to have him on my team anytime, no matter whether it's a pickup game or whether it's out here on the NCAA Division II.
Only 5'8". He's a senior. He went to high school in Muncie South in Muncie, and in his career is the leading assist leader for IPFW by a long margin too. It's going to be a cold day before somebody catches up with that mark, because Lawrence Jordan has really set some numbers in the assist category that are going to be terribly hard to beat.
Sure, not only at IPFW but also in the GLVC, and I think he may even have a couple of NCAA records. So when you talk about assists, Division II, the last few years you've been talking about Lawrence Jordan.
Well, speaking of the GLVC, many basketball experts consider this conference to be the toughest Division II conference in the nation. Every year, just about all the teams, or any team can beat any team on any given night. Kentucky Wesleyan being the premier team in the GLVC, coached by Wayne Chapman, who incidentally is the father of Rex Chapman of the Charlotte Hornets. But talk a little bit about the GLVC, as you played in the GLVC for 4 years, Charles. Talk about the competition and the parity.
Well, what many people don't realize, the GLVC is comparable to, let's say, the Big Ten or the ACC in Division I basketball. It's just a matter of getting the word out to people, but true basketball fans truly know how tough the GLVC is as far as Division II basketball goes. A lot of these teams could beat a lot of Division I, smaller Division I teams. And like you say, Kentucky Wesleyan and maybe Lewis, but Lewis has been down the last couple of years, but Kentucky Wesleyan is truly the marquee of the GLVC and Division II basketball, I would dare to say.
Kentucky Wesleyan comes into this game 11-0, IPFW 10-1. After going 10-0 in the pre-conference, they start off the conference with a loss to Ashland College. Oh, an always tough Ashland College team, I might add, at Ashland. Hard to win there, right, Chuck?
Well, yes, it is very hard to win there, but the toughest place to win is in the Owensboro Sports Center. And I'm just glad to say that we are in the multi-purpose building here at IPFW tonight, as opposed to that Sports Center where they average 4,500 fans there.
And they've got quite a number of fans that make that trip here to IPFW every year as well. And it makes for a nice crowd here when Kentucky Wesleyan comes to town.
Yes, they've always brought a following, and as I stated earlier in the women's game, it's just come true that we've become, we've had comparable amount of fans to compete with the noise that they bring in here from Owensboro.
Exactly. Also, speaking of Division I basketball, do you not think that had it not been for the Division I's reluctance to play teams like IPFW, that IPFW would have probably been a little bit more ready for their initial opener in the GLVC? Not saying that their opponents were weaker opponents, but to get shots at Division I teams, maybe close losses against superior teams, build your confidence more than blowouts against teams that are not quite to your level.
Sure, that's always a challenge, but sometimes it's even a tougher challenge to win against the weaker teams, because sometimes you tend to take them light, and so sometimes it may be a little tougher to get up for those types of games, as opposed to maybe playing a Division I school or a tougher Division II school. So as far as the scheduling goes, it may hurt them as far as maybe an NCAA tournament bid, but I don't think it has anything to do with them being, I guess, tougher, because like I stated, sometimes it's very tough to get up for the weaker teams, and sometimes you take them light and you get beat.
teams very similar as far as their scoring credentials. Both teams have 4 scorers that average in double figures for IPFW: Lawrence Jordan, Lloyd Sargent, Doug Rinke, and Kevin Bossier. Also, Kentucky Wesleyan has 4 players that average in double figures, so a well-balanced attack on both squads. And we will go down to the floor to have the PA announcer to introduce the starting lineup and our national anthem.
And tonight's Great Lakes Valley Conference showdown between the Kentucky Wesleyan Panthers, coming in at 11-0 and 2-0 in the GLPC, taking on your IPFW Mastodons, coming in at 10-1 overall, 1-1 in the GLPC. First for the visiting team, the Kentucky Wesleyan College Panthers.
At one guard, a 6'2" junior from Catlettsburg, Kentucky. Number 4, Junebug Rakes. At the other guard, a 6'4" junior from Prospect, Kentucky. Number 32, Tim Griffin. At one forward, a 6'5" junior from Carrollton, Georgia. Number 23, Corey Crowder. At the other forward, a 6'3" junior from Glendine, Kentucky. Number 30, Vincent Mitchell. And the center for the Panthers, a 6'7" senior from Lexington, Kentucky. Number 44, Bobby Newton. The head coach for Kentucky Wesleyan is Wayne Chapman. He is assisted by Ray Harper. And now for IPFW. At a guard, a 5'8" senior from Muncie, Indiana. Number 4, Lawrence Jordan. At the other guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Muncie, Indiana. Number 33, Sam Long. At the center position, a 6'9" freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Number 44, Doug Reinke. At one forward, a 6'8" freshman from New Albany, Indiana. Number 41, Sean Gibson. And a 6'5". And the coach.
And we'll get set for our national anthem. Or I suppose we're not going to get set for the national anthem.
We didn't miss it, did we?
Yeah, maybe we did. Apparently we did miss it.
Coach for the...
I guess that'd be kind of unpatriotic if they didn't play it, huh?
Well, maybe they played before the women's game, and we did come on late during that contest, and that could have been the case. Nevertheless, hey, we're ready for a great ball game right here. IPFW in the white, Kentucky Wesleyan in the blue, or should I say the purple. Doug Rinke will jump up for IPFW. IPFW controls the tip. Lawrence Jordan, the playmaker, number 4. Averaging 9 assists a ball game. Ball is kicked. It'll go out of bounds to IPFW. It'll reset the shot clock. We're just underway here at the multipurpose building. Pass is deflected, picked up by Junebug Rakes. Passes down court. Shot taken by number 30, Vincent Mitchell, his first 2. He averages 8.1. IPFW down by 2 quickly. 19:38 left. Jordan up ahead, gets the pressure over to Sargent. Good crowd on hand tonight. Good Saturday night for basketball. Great pass inside to Surgeon, and he misses the shot. Sam Long Jr. with a super feed inside, but Surgeon couldn't get it to fall.
Lloyd made a good cut. He just missed a shot.
Junebug Rakes, the playmaker for Kentucky Wesleyan. And with a name like Junebug, you've got to be good, right?
Or from the deep south.
That's right.
Or both, probably.
Power move by number 44, Bobby Newton, who averages 9.3. He's got his first two. IPFW is down by 4 quickly here in the first half. 18:44 left. And a steal by Junebug Rakes. He gets his hands in there. He's going to take it, and he throws a pass at the knees of number 23, Corey Crowder. It'll go out of bounds to who? Kentucky Wesleyan, I suppose. It must have went off the foot of IPFW.
I think that was an ill-advised pass by Junebug.
Finally gets it in bounds. Rakes from three-point territory. He cans it. And IPFW is down a quick 7 points now. Junebug Rakes with his first three. Jordan breaks the pressure. Still in the backcourt. Jordan tells him to go forward. He's going to handle the ball himself against two. Pass to Sam Long. Surgeon on the outside. Jordan couldn't find the penetration. Takes it from the top of the key from three-point territory and makes it. Lawrence Jordan from three-point land. That's going to be important tonight, right, Charles?
Oh, most definitely. Lawrence has picked up his scoring this year. He's been asked to take on more scoring than he has in the past few years, and he's doing an excellent job.
Number 4, Junebug Rakes with the ball. Three-point shot is no good. And the rebound is going to come away to number 33, Sam Long Jr., and he's fouled by Bobby Newton. Sam Long Jr., 6'4", from Muncie Central High School. Only a sophomore.
1988 Truster Award winner, I might add.
Good penetration and breakaway from the pressure by Lawrence Jordan, who feeds it off to Sam Long Jr., who gets his first two, and it's a 7-5 ball game. "17 minutes left in the first half. 7-5 Kentucky Wesleyan. Ranked second in the nation. 3-second call on Kentucky Wesleyan. IPFW will get the ball back and a chance to tie or take the lead.
I think Crowder really wanted the ball on the block that time and just didn't get it and got caught in the lane.
Corey Crowder averages 16.5 points a game.
Bonafide All-American.
6'5", 215 pounds, a junior from Carrollton High School. Jordan with the penetration misses, and the rebound is going to go to number 44, Doug Rinke, who gets his first two, and it's 7-all.
This has to be a great experience for Rinke coming in playing against Wesleyan, getting a big start against Wesleyan.
Rinke, who's 6'9", he's only a freshman. Foul's going to be on Lawrence Jordan as he reached in. Speaking of Rinke, local guy, Concordia Lutheran High School in Fort Wayne here. And that's one of the nice things about Andy Piazza. He's able to keep a lot of the good talent from Indiana, and especially this area, to here at home in Fort Wayne.
Well, that's really evident the past few years of success that we've had here. A lot of the area kids want to stay here and play ball for IPFW.
Corey Crowder gets the first bucket to go. 8-7 now. Kentucky Wesleyan on tap. There's a good look at number 23. Pressure by Kentucky Wesleyan. And they break it. Nice job. Jordan down court. 2-on-1. And the bucket by Rinke is not going to go. Tremendous pressure by Kentucky Wesleyan and broken nicely by Jordan. Pass inside, stolen, and good hustle. 9-7, Kentucky Wesleyan on top. Jordan leading the break. He's got somebody behind him, and he doesn't see him, and a nice steal by number 30. Vincent Mitchell takes it away to Junebug Rakes. Tim Griffin with the ball now. Griffin from three-point land. It's short. Rebound Sam Long. Over to Jordan. Jordan with a cross-court pass to Surgeon. Surgeon is held up by Vincent Mitchell, who's going to be called for the foul.
That was a great rebound on the other end by Sam Long. He really got up for that one.
Sam Long, only 6'4", went up among the timber. Pulled it down. I say only 6'4". Rinke can't find anywhere to go with it. Crowd wanted a 5-second call. Rinke inside. He could have been called for traveling there. Makes the move, and he's going to be called for the foul on trying to get his own rebound. Just a little bit too hasty on the initial move, but some good aggressive play. I don't think Andy Piazza is going to be too upset with that type of move and inside, even though he's going out of the ball game, right?
Well, he's playing aggressive. He got in there and played aggressive ball. He's just a freshman. He has plenty of time.
Got plenty of height too. 6'9". IPFW applying the pressure. 9-7. 15 minutes left in the first half. Kentucky Wesleyan on top. Junebug Rake drives, dishes off to number 44, Bobby Newton, and he's got 4 points. Kentucky Wesleyan has got a 4-point lead now. Kentucky Wesleyan applying a full court pressure, and who better to break it than Lawrence Jordan, who's going to be called for not the charge foul. No, it's going to be a block now on Bobby Newton.
That's 2 on Newton. He sure is a wide body.
Bobby Newton averages 9.3 points a game. They can ill afford to give him up.
Now I think he's coming out for a wider body.
Into the ball game now is
Leroy Ellis.
Leroy Ellis. He's wearing, I thought he had number 40 on him, but I guess he's 42. Leroy Ellis is 6'8", 230 pounds. And the shot is a three-pointer by number 33, Sam Long. 5 points for Sam Long here, 11-10. IPFW only down by 1 with 14:20 left here in the first half. Greg Bond is in the ball game now for Kentucky Wesleyan. He's number 00 there with the ball. Bond feeds it inside, and a powerful move by Leroy Ellis, but he couldn't get it to fall. Jordan inside, and a nice move by John Honstreiter, but blocked away nicely by Kentucky Wesleyan, and they'll get the ball back.
That was a great move, though. You faked me out up here. Ellis, incidentally, is the brother of LaRon Ellis, who started out at Kentucky University and now is at Syracuse. I wonder if Rex Chapman had anything to do with him getting here. I think it's a transfer.
IPFW playing the, looks like the 2-3 zone at the moment. Seconds left on the shot clock, and they're traveling on number 11, Ken Martin. Shuffled the feet before he dribbled, and it's 13:30 left here in the first half. It's 11-10 still.
Right now, Kentucky Wesleyan has a whole different 5 that started the game.
They'll shuffle him in and out. Wayne Chapman not afraid to use his players. Surgeon with the pass, and John Heinstrader passed up the shot. Back over to Surgeon. And he gets it. Surgeon's first two, he averages 11, and he did a nice ball fake. Got the man airborne.
That's what you have to do against jumping jacks.
12-11. IPFW now has the lead, their first lead, with 13 minutes left in the first half. Leroy Ellis takes the shot. It's an air ball. Rebound Jordan. He's going to push it up quickly. Ball goes inside. And the shot is no good. Sean Gibson couldn't get it to fall. And the foul is going to be called on Lloyd Surgeon. .35 left here in the first half. A good ball game so far, very close as anticipated. Leroy Ellis, big, strong inside, and the foul is going to be called.
Shouldn't be on Burkhardt. I think he got all ball. Must be on a guard reaching in. And I think it is on Leonard Fox.
Ellis is from Portland, Oregon, so he made quite a trip here to come to Kentucky Wesleyan in Owensboro, Kentucky, showing you the power of the pool of Kentucky Wesleyan's recruiting ability.
Well, they just won the national championship in 1987, and that's not too long ago.
2 points for Leroy Ellis. 13-12 lead now for Kentucky Wesleyan.
Last year, I believe they made it to the Elite Eight of the NCAA Division II.
Leonard Fox now with the ball for IPFW. Fox thought about shooting it. Ball was touched by Kentucky Wesleyan. And it'll go back to IPFW. Scott Burkhardt's going to take it out of bounds. Lloyd Surgeon. Over to Heinstrader. Heinstrader having a difficult time handling the ball. Jordan's going to thought about taking the three-pointer, but he steady passes into Surgeon. Surgeon takes the shot. It's short, but a great rebound by Scott Burkhardt. 14-13, IPFW on top as we seesaw back and forth here with 11 minutes, 40 seconds left. An air ball by Kentucky Wesleyan's number 11, Ken Martin, and on the push-off, number 20, Reggie Odom, will be called for the foul. It's kind of hard to keep track of the players as Wayne Chapman keeps shuffling them in and out. Looks like he's going to use all of them.
Number 20, Reggie Odom, his second, the team's fifth.
Very balanced attack on both teams. And Piazza has the privilege of using his bench as well, although he has not used the bench to the extent of Chapman so far this game.
The balance on IPFW is uncanny. They only have two players averaging in double figures, but still they average almost 90 points a game.
Yeah, I mentioned at first that they had 4 players, but I was wrong. A couple of them are just under 10. Shot by Surgeon. Surgeon averaging 11 points a game. He's got 4 now. 16-13, 3-point lead for IPFW. 11 minutes left in the ball game. Or not the ball game, in the first half. We're just underway. Braun with a nice pass inside and a hammer by number 25, Glenn Howard. He thought he got all ball, but the official says no.
It's very seldom that a player will admit to a foul.
Number 12, Herb Arnoldson.
And this time was no exception.
Good example of that is Bill Lambier. I don't know if he's ever fouled.
No.
Arneson misses the first one. That's Herb Arneson, number 12 for Kentucky Wesleyan. And he misses the second one. 6'4" freshman. Surgeon saves the ball. And we're going to get a tie-up. Jump ball situation, and it'll go over to Kentucky Wesleyan. 16-13, IPFW on top. 10:37 left in the first half.
It's a pretty quick jump ball.
And we have a foul on number 44, Doug Rinke for IPFW.
Doug got caught that time moving his hands instead of moving his feet on the baseline.
Steve Devine pushed off, and you know, he could have been just as easily been called for the offensive foul if, like you said, he would have not used his hands instead of his feet. Bucket is good by Corey Crowder, and he's got a chance for a three-point play.
Just a great athletic move by Crowder that time. I guess that's why he's an All-American.
Exactly. 16.5 points a game is the average. And he's short on the free throw. 16-15. IPFW still on top. Lawrence Jordan with the ball. Averaging 9 assists a game, 11.8 points. The leading scorer and the leading assist. Steal by Steve Devine for Kentucky Wesleyan. Three-pointer, Corey Crowder. 7 points for Crowder, 18-16, Kentucky Wesleyan on top. 10 minutes left in the first half. Jordan breaks the pressure, up to Lloyd Surgeon. Surgeon with the shot, got it. 6 points for Surgeon. Crowder's got a one. That was open for a split second there. IPFW closing the lanes quickly. Three-pointer by Greg Bond. Just off. Rebound. IPFW comes away with, he's got a 3-on-1 with Jordan. And great shot by number 54, Scott Burkhart. Jordan with the assist, and a foul is called on the block, and a chance for a three-point play.
You can see that play developing as you saw Burkhart coming down the middle. And I think Wesleyan thought Jordan was going to go to long, but he gave it to the trailer.
Going to line, chance for the three-point play, number 54, Scott Burkhart.
Burkhart with 4 points, trying to add to his total right now. And he misses it long. Rebound, IPFW. And a shot by Biggs. Lawrence Jordan. A three-pointer. IPFW now 23-18 the score. 9 minutes and 5 seconds left. And another three-point comeback by Corey Crowder.
Starting to heat up in the multi-purpose building.
10 points for Crowder. Quite a game so far. And a great assist inside from Jordan. John Heinstreiter, the beneficiary of that pass. He's got his first two. Crowder again from long range. Short. Jordan with the rebound. He's got a 3-on-1 again. And we've got another beautiful pass. It's good. Number 32. Kevin Shank gets his first two off the beautiful feed by Lawrence Jordan.
That's Biggsy at his best, open court.
Quite a player. 27-21. IPFW up by 6. 8:17 left in the first half. Greg Braun from three-point territory. Short, and an easy rebound by Leroy Ellis. No one blocked him out. Timeout is called by IPFW, and so far a very exciting game. Little dreary at first, but boy, it has really heated up here.
Yes, you can't ask for a better game right now. I think the fans are getting just what they thought they'd get, and that is a great game. And I don't anticipate anything changing.
Including the lead, spoken by a true alumnus.
I hope not.
Jordan's got 6 points. I don't know if you've got the assist total, but I know he's
got a few already.
Creeping up there already. That's exactly right. A couple of spectacular assists on the 2 fast break points I can remember for one. And Scott Burkhart was the beneficiary of one of them. Kevin Shank got his first 2.
One thing about IPFW, you never know where the points are going to come from. With the balanced attack that they have, you can't key on one player. But if you're a defender, if you're going to key on anyone, you have to key on Jordan. Whether he's scoring or not, he's just a catalyst.
Those are both coming up here at halftime, along with the hospitality room.
I might get anything on the screen. Just a picture, that's it.
We're up 27-23 right now, but our younger players are kind of hesitant to go inside right now, but we're clicking on other cylinders.
An errant pass from Eric Vaughn goes over the head of everyone. And Vaughn just entered the ball game. Good pressure to recognize that Vaughn just entered the ball game by Kentucky Wesleyan.
I think that's a good move on Coach Piazza's part. We can't have Lawrence out of the game very long at all. Kind of like another Jordan we know of, huh?
That's right. It's not even fair how good that guy is. Could have been called a jump ball. The fans are all over the referee because that was an excellent defensive play by number 41, Sean Gibson, but he nevertheless is called for the foul, and Corey Crowder's going to the line.
As I stated earlier, the freshmen were a little hesitant at first, but they're by no means in awe of Wesleyan right now.
Crowder makes good on the first one. He's got 11 points. 27-24 now. IPFW with the lead. 7 minutes, 27 seconds left in the first half. (27-25) now. 2-point lead for IPFW. Jordan, only 5'8", but boy, can he play basketball.
He's just what you call a ball player.
Jordan from three-point land. It's going to be short. Partially deflected, it looked like. Junebug Rakes is back in the ball game for Kentucky Wesleyan. Rakes with a good pass inside, and great ball movement by Kentucky Wesleyan. Leroy Ellis with 6 points, but credit the ball movement.
That was a great touch pass. I'm not sure who touched it, but it was a great touch pass.
Ball knocked out of bounds. They'll go to IPFW. Foul's going to be called on Corey Crowder. Let's see how many he's got now. I believe that is his first foul.
Number 23, Corey Crowder, his first personal, team
Lloyd Surgeon at the line now for IPFW. And he rolls around the rim but gets to go in. 1-point lead now for IPFW. 6:15 left here in the first half. An exciting ball game tonight. This should be close the whole way. And it's good.
Lloyd's a 90% shooter, so it's no surprise he can both of those free throws.
8 points for Surgeon. Rakes with a super feed inside. It's missed, but the rebound is again, and Lawrence Jordan comes up with it. Good work inside by Corey Crowder, but he just couldn't get it to fall. What a feed! Goaltending is called, and number 44 is credited with the basket, Doug Rinke.
It's a nifty move Jordan put on Ellis.
(31-27), 4-point lead now for IPFW. Jordan going after the ball. Could have been a traveling call, but no call by the official. Shot by Leroy Ellis. It's short. Rebound attempt by Crowder. He gets up there. He's got a handle on just about every rebound, but he just can't quite get him to fall right now. Rinke with a good move, but he travels, and that's why he got the position he did.
Should have graphics now.
The last time down the court, Ellis took about a 16 or 18-foot shot. I let him shoot those all night. That's where you want him shooting the ball if you're IPFW.
Breaks from three-point land. Got it.
Three-point basket for number 4, Junebug Rakes.
Junebug Rakes.
12, Leonard Fox. Coming out, number 33, Sam Ball.
Jordan up ahead. Quickly takes the shot. That's a patented Jordan move there. (33-30), IPFW on top. And it's a two-point shot by Vincent Mitchell. 4 points for him. And a 33-32 lead for IPFW.
Into the Wesleyan lineup, number 11, Kenneth Martin.
As you stated, that last move by Jordan is a patented move that he's come up with, and I've seen him mature over the last 4 or 5 years.
Surgeon up ahead. Leonard Fox with the ball. Jordan's going to take another one. That was from way downtown. Good hustle by Lloyd Surgeon. He's going to be called for a travel.
It was almost an NBA three-pointer by Jordan.
I wonder if Junebug took any flack when he was growing up in high school.
His real name's Ernest. So
well, maybe that's why he's Junebug. Huh?
Ernest or Junebug, take your pick.
Shots missed by Kentucky Wesleyan, taken away by IPFW. Jordan on the move, and he throws an errant pass behind the back. Bound to happen once in a while, as creative as Jordan is, but Junebug's wide open, misses it, and it comes away to IPFW.
Junebug's feet weren't too close to the ring that time either.
Ball is taken away from Surgeon, and Surgeon's going to be committing the foul. A super steal by number 30, Vincent Mitchell. That'll be Surgeon's first foul, second foul now.
That was a frustration foul. He got the ball, took, and then he, in desperate, tried to take it back.
Number 30, Vincent.
On the playgrounds, we call that he got his money took.
33-32, 3 minutes and 33 seconds.
Into the IPFW lineup, number 54, Scott Berger.
Left in the first half. Yeah, but on the playground, might have gotten a little fisticuff too with a move like that, right? There's no officials to stop those fights.
Oh, no.
Vincent Mitchell gets the first one. That's one of the reasons I can't stand the when they show the fights in the NBA and the other places. What a lot of these kids don't realize is that there's no officials to stop them on the playground, you know. And these fights are to the death on a playground because nobody can stop them.
That's where players are made. When you learn to harness that playground game into an organized situation, that's where all the great ones start.
IPFW down by 1, 3 minutes and 2 seconds left in the first half. Leonard Fox with a great move. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Fouled hard.
He got his money's worth.
Personal foul on Kentucky Wesleyan. Number 11, Kenneth Martin hits first. Going to the line for IPFW. Number 12, Leonard Fox.
Minutes left in the first half. We've got a great ball game tonight. 34-33, Kentucky Wesleyan, ranked number 2 in the nation. IPFW at 10-1.
Fox going to the line. He's 0 for 2 on the year. He's just coming off of a knee injury. He's only shot 2 on the year, so if he hit these 2, he'll be at 50%. It's this one, he'll be at 33%. 25.
If he misses it, he's at 0, right? Right back where he started from. Oh, he got it. Leonard Fox now with his first point, 34 all. 2:59 left. Kevin Shank comes back into the ball game for IPFW and replaces Leonard Fox. Arneson with the ball. Arneson from three-point land. Got it. His first 3. A 3-point lead now for Kentucky Wesleyan. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first half. Shot is good by number 33, Sam Long, who's been quiet here for the last few minutes.
He looked good on that shot, though. Very fluid.
7 points for Long. Good feed inside. Number 30, Vincent Mitchell, the beneficiary of Greg Bond's pass. And a nice feed from number 32. Kevin Shank and Burkhardt, that is, gets the bucket.
Great decision by Shank and great fill of the lanes by Burkhardt.
Burkhardt's done that several times this game. Three-point shot is Long, short, off the rim and over to Burkhardt. IPFW can go ahead on this shot, and the tip is up and no good. Good fight by number 41, Sean Gibson, and looks like he'll go to the line.
Personal foul on Kentucky Wesleyan. Number 12, Herb Arneson, his first personal foul, going to the line for IPFW.
Foul, as you can see there, number 12, Herb Arneson. 1:20 left in the first half, 38-39. IPFW down by 1 against the number 2 rated college Division II basketball team in America. Sean Gibson gets the first one.
Sean's a 70% shooter.
And he gets the second one. 2 points for Gibson. Kentucky Wesleyan with the ball. And a 1-point lead for IPFW.
haven't seen Junebug or Corey for a while. I wonder if they're in the doghouse a little bit.
Pull-up shot by Vincent Mitchell. Mitchell couldn't find anybody to pass it to, so just nonchalantly threw it up in the air and it went in. 10 points for Vincent Mitchell, 41-40 lead for Kentucky Wesleyan. 5-second call on Lawrence Jordan. Apparently he didn't realize that the referee was counting, but he was above the circle, above that zone area where they do call the 5-second turnover. So a tough break for IPFW.
I think the Kentucky Wesleyan fans may have also had a hand in that 5-second call.
Yeah, I heard a couple of like real loud fives. Good move by number 12, but he misses. Good defense to pull away the rebound. Number 54, Scott Burkhardt. Went for the fake, but regained his balance and threw off the shot. Jordan with a beautiful move around Greg Bond.
IPFW going for the last shot here. Good decision.
16, 15, 14 seconds, and a steal by Ken Martin. He's going to take it all the way. He's fouled by Scott Burkhardt.
Just as I said, good decision. We had a bad one.
9 seconds left in the first half. A 1-point lead for Kentucky Wesleyan.
Going to the line for 2 shots, number 11, Ken Martin.
Ken Martin will be at the line to try to add to that 1-point lead. It all for his first point. And he got the second one. 3-point lead now for Kentucky Wesleyan. 9 seconds left. First half. And it throws it away. IPFW. Sam Long Jr. threw it away. A little mix-up there on the communication. And now IPFW can make some critical mistakes here with only 5 seconds left. If Kentucky Wesleyan scores, that's going to be a big blow into their confidence when they come into the second half.
It's 2 very critical mistakes with just seconds left. Against a good ball club, you can't do those kind of things.
Another turnover. Kentucky Wesleyan throws it away this time. Greg Bond with 1 second left. IPFW will attempt to get off at least a long-range bomb.
Even if they don't get the shot, they at least dodge the bullet.
And that's over the world. I don't know exactly what Lloyd Surgeon was thinking there, but I suppose Andre the Giant might have gotten that.
He had too much on the fastball that time.
So that gives Kentucky Wesleyan a break again. They've got another chance to... No time has run off the clock. We've had 3 turnovers with 0 seconds going off the clock. So IPFW will get another gift here, as they have just given gifts. I guess it's due unto others, huh? Yeah. I don't know.
Every second counts.
That's a little more like, I suppose. But now a foul is going to be called. So another mistake by Kentucky Wesleyan. And I think the mistakes have evened out here in the last 0.0 seconds.
But Surgeon, who threw a fastball, then we got a relief pitcher, and then he came in and threw a perfect changeup. And we get 2 free throws out of it.
Sean Gibson, with no time on the clock, got a chance to cut the lead to 1, and a crucial mistake by Kentucky Wesleyan. And he gets the first one. So this could prove very important coming into the second half. Gibson will try the second one now to cut it to 43-42, but he misses. 43-41 is our halftime score. And after having a beautifully played ball game, those last 1 second, we had 4 turnovers.
Well, it was such a beautiful half. I guess they just didn't want it to end.
Maybe that was it. Anyway, the playmaking of Lawrence Jordan, as usual, the story so far in the ball game for IPFW. Although they are getting some excellent production from freshman Doug Rinke and Scott Burkhardt doing a good job as well.
I have some unofficial scores. I have Lawrence Jordan with 8 points. I have Leonard Fox with 1 point on 1 free throw. Kevin Shank with 2 points. Sam Long with 8 points. Lloyd Surgeon with 8. Sean Gibson with 3 points on 3 free throws. Doug Rinke, 2 field goals for 4 points. John Heinstrader, 2 points. And Scott Bernkraut, 6 points. But he played a great half all around.
You're watching Channel 6 Sports. This is IPFW Division II NCAA basketball at its best. Kentucky Wesleyan on top, 43-41. We'll go back to the studio and come back with a few more halftime statistics. But until then, stay tuned. We'll be back for the exciting second half action shortly.
Rosinski, IPFW Lady Dons. How are you doing today?
We're just fine, thank you.
How's the team look?
Well, we're looking real good so far. We're 10-2. We've won our last 4 or 5 ball games. So right now, we're very pleased with where we're at.
Okay, any injuries or anything you want to talk about?
Unfortunately, Amy Newhauser, one of our starting guards, averaging about 15.5 points and 5 rebounds. She's only 5'7". Went down with a severe ankle sprain. Unfortunately, in our warm-up for our Taylor game that we played on Wednesday night. So Amy Newhauser will be out for our Saturday contest, and that's a big loss for us. I feel that the other kids will be able to step in and fill her shoes, but hopefully we're going to have Amy back to about 75 to 80% for our Northern Kentucky contest. But we'll have our hands full without Amy on Saturday.
She's pretty much questionable for the next week or so.
A little bit. Yeah, it's a bad one. Amy's a tough kid. She's not one to limp around unless it's a doozy. So we just kind of have to play it by ear and see how she responds through the weekend and on Monday and Tuesday. I don't even know how soon she'll get to practice with us. Tuesday, Wednesday at the best. We really can't tell at this point because it's really tender. It's still swollen quite a bit. She's not even able to walk on it. So that was a setback for us.
What kind of strategies are you going to use tonight?
Well, Kentucky Wesleyan is bigger than us. Everybody we face, that's going to be the same plight that we face. We're going to try and run a lot on. We're going to play an up-tempo game. They run some half-court traps and situations like that, and hopefully we'll be prepared to counter that. But we're basically just going to play our same game plan. We try not to change our plan of attack too much according to who we're playing. We feel like we're able to run with just about everyone we've played. We've proven that by being able to run with Oakland University, who's undefeated, top 20 in the nation. So our biggest, I guess the biggest thing that we've focused on from day one, and we knew would be a key factor in our pre-conference and our conference games, whether we were successful or not, would be our inside defensive play. So we start conference again with big kids that we'll be playing against, so we're going to really focus on shutting down their inside game and their post players.
Okay, so how's the offense? Are you going to be looking at not only running, but getting the ball inside and teaming up with these taller players? Or are you going to shoot mostly from the outside?
Oh, Lord. We try and do it all. I guess that's the one thing that I feel real good about the kids that we've brought in here and the kids that have been with the program. We're able to go inside, outside with our 5'7", our 5'9", or 5'11 kids. That's one of the things I look for in recruiting, is to have a lot of flexibility, to have good offensive skills before they get here. That means being able to pivot and pass. We may have to teach them to post up a little better. We may have to work on their perimeter skills, but basically they're fundamentally sound and can do the job. Because of our lack of size inside, we feel like we need to have a lot of movement in our offense. We need to utilize our quickness and a lot of good ball movement. And with our motion offense, especially, well, actually we kind of run a motion in our man and our zone. Our kids have got to be able to go inside and outside and face these taller players. And I feel that that's been one of our keys to being successful these past 2 years. We have Lisa Miller, Lisa, when she came in, she was pretty well skilled at driving, but we've really worked on her posting up, and she's helped carry that along through working in the summer. We have Robin Scott, who goes inside and outside. Amy Newhouser, 5'7", is just tougher than nail. She can go inside and outside against the 5'11" kids, 6'2" kids. Tina Merrill, she's our outside scoring threat, but Tina's also able to penetrate. Judy Gass, right down the line, all of our players that see a lot of time for us are able to go inside and outside.
They're not afraid to go to the hoop.
No, if they are, then they probably aren't playing too much here. That's another big factor. If you're going to be successful in basketball, you can't be timid. And I definitely look for aggressiveness, whether it be on the offensive end of the floor or the defensive end. We have to have kids that want to take it to people. They don't want to back off, and they're going to work hard to learn the skills necessary to be successful at that.
The next question would be, are you going to plan on using a lot of players, or is basically you've got a set 5 or 6 that are going to do most of it?
We have a set 5, 6, or 7 that can start. We have 7 kids that, depending upon Newhouser's injury or if everyone's healthy or they've had a bad week of practice, that can step right in and start, and we don't lose anything. We try to play anywhere from 10 to 11 kids, and I guess that's one of our big strengths is that we have a lot of depth on this team. We can pull in Shelly Sands, and we're working on her playing more inside. She's 5'9", but she plays backup post defense for Robin Scott. She can come in and score. She's very aggressive. She runs the floor well. We bring in Nancy Townsend. Nancy has to play anywhere from the number 1 spot through the 5 spot. Her senior leadership, she's a very intelligent player. We don't lose anything when we bring these kids in. We have Tina Manier, backup point guard when Don Harbaugh's starting. And Ty is an excellent defensive player. She runs the ball well. They're almost carbon copies. It's just a matter of who's having a better night. So I feel very confident that we are 10 or 11 deep, and we don't lose anything when we pull those kids in the game.
Who's a player on Kentucky you're going to key on? Is there anybody specific that's going to be a threat?
Kentucky Wesleyan has a fine perimeter player, Stacy Calhoun. She's a senior. She really lit it up here last year. In fact, I was just looking at the game film this morning, and she's a major outside scoring threat from the 3-point range. We will be focusing on her. She's got a very quick release. I'm going to tell my kids the first time she gets one off on challenge, we're going to put somebody else in to really shut her down, because she will be a key factor in whether we're able to win the ball game or not. Inside, they lost one of their key players, number 24, Amy Gruen. She's about 5'11", and she's a very strong post player. She went down with a severe knee injury early on in the season, so it's unfortunate for them, but I think it's going to allow us to perhaps match up a little bit better with this taller Kentucky Wesleyan team. They do have a 6'3" freshman, but she's a freshman. She's kind of unproven as far as we're concerned. We're not going to do anything differently. We always have to play post defense regardless of how tall they are. So that should be the big things. One of the things we worked on with the kids this week, our defense, I mentioned earlier, not only with the post defense but with the perimeter defense. This team that we face tonight, and a lot of the conference teams, are very aggressive. They're able to penetrate and take the ball right at you. And we've tried to really work on our guards being able to put good pressure on the ball, as well as not getting having the ball blow past them. So we tried to stop the penetration a little bit more, and I'm real anxious to see how we fare with that aspect of our game tomorrow night.
Now, you've stated that, well, you have to remember this is tonight. You've stated already that you're going to run with them. Do you expect them to run with you?
They will try. They've got some good athletes. Tracy Wilson, Calhoun's a fine athlete, maybe a couple other players, but overall they're bigger, so that means we're a little bit shorter, and we feel that we have really good quickness on this team. They may try and run. Obviously, if you don't get back, you can always get burned on an easy layup, but I feel like we're probably a little quicker, maybe a little bit better running team.
So you're not afraid of them running?
No, we're not at all. Not at all. As I said earlier, we played Oakland University, and that is one team that just loves to get the ball and go. They let the ball fly, and everybody crashes, and then they all take off, and we were able to run very effectively against them. So I feel that if we're able to stay with them, that we're going to be okay with just about anyone in the conference as far as that goes.
So you think realistically now that you've got a pretty good shot at the GLVC, right? Well,
that's what we're striving for. As I mentioned earlier, one of the key factors will be how we respond defensively. One of the things that I feel really good about was our pre-conference schedule, playing really tough teams from Michigan
build a
teams.
lot of character.
Oh yes. Since we played the Oakland game, we lost by 10. They had an excellent post player, Debbie DeLay. She tore us up 36 points, 17 rebounds, and my freshman kind of learned real quick there. We played Saginaw Valley. They have a 6'2" senior. Tremendous post players, and we were still able to be fairly successful. We lost 2 of those games, but I feel that that's been a big factor in where we are at this point in the season.
Okay, well, good luck in the second half, and wish you the rest of the year good luck also.
Thank you very much, Greg.
Bye, Terry.
We're back for the exciting second half action of Kentucky Wesleyan and IPFW, and we've got some halftime statistics from Charles Washington.
Well, right now we have Kentucky Wesleyan up by 2 points, 43-41. They're shooting 44% from the field from 2-point range. That's 14 for 32. IPFW shooting a blistering 59%, 16 for 27. Wesleyan is shooting 43% from three-point land, hitting 6 for 14, while IPFW's shooting 60% on just 3 of 5. Wesleyan's hitting 77% of their free throws, 10 of 13. IPFW 67%, 6 for 9. Rebounds, IPFW has a surprising edge, 20-11. Fouls are even at 10. Assists are fairly even, IPFW 9, and Wesleyan having 11. There are no block shots in the game, and turnovers and steals are
We're back for the exciting second half action of Kentucky Wesleyan and IPFW, and we've got some halftime statistics from Charles Washington.
Well, right now we have Kentucky Wesleyan up by 2 points, 43-41. They're shooting 44% from the field from 2-point range. That's 14 for 32. IPFW shooting a blistering 59%, 16 for 27. Wesleyan is shooting 43% from three-point land, hitting 6 for 14, while IPFW's shooting 60% on just 3 of 5. Wesleyan's hitting 77% of their free throws, 10 of 13. IPFW 67%, 6 for 9. Rebounds, IPFW has a surprising edge, 20 to 11. Fouls are even at 10. Assists are fairly even, IPFW 9 and Wesleyan having 11. There are no block shots in the game, and turnovers and steals are not even. Turnovers, we have Wesleyan with 6, IPFW with uncharacteristically 12, and just 1 steal, and Wesleyan with 7 steals.
Just to go give the viewers an idea of the great history of this Kentucky Wesleyan team, not to undermine our very own IPFW team, but the history behind this team: NCAA Division II national champs 5 times. They were in the NCAA Final Four 7 times. They were in the NCAA Elite 8 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. And they're Great Lakes Valley Conference champions 6 times since 1983. So we're not talking about a team that's just up and coming. They've been around a long time, and they've been good for a long time.
Yes, they're a very tradition-rich team. They win a lot of games that they actually really shouldn't win just on tradition alone, you might say. They just don't make the mistakes at crunch time. For the simple reason, I think, it's because they expect to win, whereas other teams may not expect to beat them, especially down in their sports center in Owensboro, Kentucky.
And you're very familiar with the Sports Center, I'm sure. Of course, you know, I'd imagine, although maybe it's not quite the case tonight, but I'd imagine a team, even though they're playing a away game like that, with a crowd like that, I would imagine it would get the team that's visiting just as pumped up as the home team.
Sure.
Because I know a lot of times when, especially when you played here, Charles, when we didn't get the crowd, it really was no advantage for you guys whatsoever to have the home crowd advantage, because there wasn't not a home crowd.
Sure. I love to walk down in Owensboro and, you know, see the big, huge crowd and just the atmosphere. You just walk into the place, it's just, you know, the atmosphere is just phenomenal.
Well, this is a nice crowd here tonight for IPFW, and really there should be more, but we'll take what we can get, because this is a great ball game, and I hope the people from Fort Wayne understand that this is high caliber basketball. This is not high school basketball. This is bona fide college basketball. And if you like good players and good basketball, come on out.
IPFW will start the second half by inbounding, trailing by 2, 43-41.
Score is 43-41. IPFW will try to get their act together here in the second half. I believe they played about as good a first half as they could play, really, shooting 59%. The only bad part of it was the 12 turnovers, and if they can cut that down and continue that blistering shooting pace, which is probably unlikely, but if they can cut the turnovers down, they've got a good shot at this ball game.
Sure, right now they'd be ahead about 6 points if they didn't, you know, some of the silly turnovers that they have made. But taking nothing away from the Mastodons, they played a great half.
Orange Jordan with the ball now. Starting off the second half, IPFW with the ball in white. Kentucky Wesleyan in the dark purple.
I believe all 10 game starters are in the game right now.
We're going to have a charging foul right off the bat on Doug Rinke. And not the most, the best start in the world for IPFW to start the second half.
Yeah, you don't like to see it, but you do like to see Doug Rinke get aggressive like that, though. You don't like to see the outcome being like that, but it was a good aggressive move.
Junebug Rakes will inbound the ball. Speaking of Junebug, I looked him up in the Kentucky Wesleyan basketball program guide, and he likes to hunt, fish, and swim.
Well, I would hope so.
Doesn't sound like a Southern guy to you, does it?
No.
Foul's going to be called on IPFW. Corey Crowder will go to the line to shoot 2. Speaking of swimming, I don't imagine it's in the nice elaborate concrete pools either. Probably talking about some fishing holes out back.
Going to the line for 2 shots, number 23.
Is it Carrollton, Georgia, is it?
Carrollton, Georgia, correct. We're going to have to stop picking on him. You know, it's awful easy for an announcer to pick on a name. So we'll just quit it right now. We'll just go with the fact that he is an excellent ball player. Corey Crowder misses the first one. And he misses the second one. A good break for IPFW. There's no score here in the second half so far. Cross-court pass. Junebug rakes, taken away by Lloyd Surgeon.
A lot of contact there.
Passes inside, and he gets hammered in the face. No foul call, but the tip-in is good by Sean Gibson. He's got 5 points. Scott Burkhart just got clobbered right in the chops. Junebug with the ball. Pass inside. Too many passes that time. Jordan with the ball. He's got a 2-on-1. Pass away to Surgeon. He's going to slam it home. IPFW with the lead, 45-43.
That's the kind of bucket you want to take the lead on right there. It gets the crowd into it, plus get you going also.
Rakes sets the offense. Crowder with a good pass, number 32. That's a 2-point shot. It's Long to the side. Sam Long got tripped up, but he recovers, walking up the floor, running up the floor gingerly. Rakes almost gets the steal, and he follows through with it. No. IPFW's ball. Andy Piazza is livid about something, getting all over Sam Long Jr. about some sort of defense. Long from 3-point range. Long. Junebug. Short. Jordan's got another 2-on-1 with Surgeon. He takes it all the way himself. Lawrence Jordan. Corey Crowder gets held up. You know, I'm amazed by Jordan's ability to read the defense. They knew it was actually the same guy, number 32. Tim Griffin, who was on that first fast break when he passed off to Surgeon, and he knew enough that Griffin was expecting that pass off again, and he took it up by himself without passing.
I think the whole crowd thought so, including me.
Yeah. Good heads-up play, and we've got a player hurt. Surgeon is hurt on the floor. He's rolling all over the place. And the rebound's going to go to IPFW, but Surgeon is hurt. He got cracked in the side of the head, and he's in pain. Shaking his head now. He gets up. And they're calling it Kentucky Wesleyan's ball when it was knocked out of bounds by Kentucky Wesleyan.
I think Gibson had the rebound.
Good aggressive move by number 44, Bobby Newton, who's got 6 points now. It's a 47-45 game. IPFW on top by 2, 17 minutes and 10 seconds left in the ball game. Quite a ball game tonight, folks. Leonard Fox to the side. Kentucky Wesleyan in the man-to-man. Burkhart inside to Leonard Fox. Fox is held up by number 32. Tim Griffin.
Personal foul on Kentucky Wesleyan. Number 32, Tim Griffin. His team's first in the second half.
You're watching College Access Channel 6 IPFW basketball here on your College Access station along with Charles Washington. I'm Mike Neely bringing you this game tonight. Good feed from Leonard Fox to Scott Burkhart.
Good strong move too.
IPFW closes the lanes quickly, and Junebug Rakes will set it up. passes inside, goes off Corey Crowder's hand. It'll go to IPFW to be able to extend the lead even further than the 4 they already have.
Though Crowder has 11 points, he hasn't been much of a factor in the game. They are very quiet 11 points. Excuse me, I think we have him for 12.
He had a lot of them early. Jordan loses the ball. It hits the line, and it'll go out of bounds as a turnover. Good pressure by Kentucky Wesleyan. Greg Bond will take it out.
Those good pressure, you won't see that happen very often at all.
Bond, number 00 there, with the nifty haircut. And good defense by IPFW.
Great save by Burkhart.
Jordan up ahead. The numbers aren't there. Burkhart, turnaround, no good. Rebound Ellis. Kentucky Wesleyan on the run, 49-45. IPFW up by 4. Pass to Ellis. Ellis, good move. Ellis has got 8 points. Surgeon, good pass into Burkhart. Burkhart playing a strong game. It's a little bit long. Three-point shot is long by Corey Crowder. Crowder having a tough game so far. And what a feed from Lawrence Jordan. An unbelievable miss there by Lloyd Surgeon. Of course, he's hobbling up the floor. He's still feeling the effects of that ankle turn down about 3 minutes ago.
I think Lloyd got caught in between, and he didn't get the right bounce off the floor. He didn't know whether he wanted to jam it or just lay it in.
Of course, when you miss a bucket like that, it's always a little easier to blame it on an injury, right? If you limp up the floor, maybe people understand, right? 14:53 left. Stolen by IPFW. Jordan, no-look pass. Leonard Fox comes up with it. And another player is hurt, rolling around on the floor, and it looks like number 14, Steve Devine.
Very physical out there.
IPFW fans claiming that Lloyd Surgeon was rolling around and they never called time. No mercy in this ball game. No mercy from these fans. Glenn Howard will inbound the ball for IPFW. Gets it over to Jordan. Jordan makes the move on Bond. Loses his footing. Gets it back. In the corner. Pressure by Kentucky Wesleyan. Just tremendous pressure, but Jordan breaks it and puts up the shot and makes it. Four-point lead now for IPFW. Shot is blocked, but there's a foul going to be called now on number 50, John Honstreiter.
Personal foul on IPFW. Number 50, John Honstreiter, his first, team's 5th of the second half. Going to the line for 2 shots.
Tim Griffin will be at the line.
At least he stopped the basket.
Nothing easy. Honstreiter gets the first one. Honstreiter's got a nifty haircut too. Not Honstreiter, Tim Griffin. Griffin misses the second one. Jordan up ahead. And the pass is almost stolen. Fox takes the jump step, misses it. Rebound, and back out to Jordan. Jordan makes a quick move inside. Is cut off. Leonard Fox. Plenty of time on the shot clock. 13:45 left in the game. 51-48 IPFW. Fox is going to be called for traveling.
Leonard's been hanging around the block the last few times down court. I don't know if that's where Andy Piazza wants him.
Leonard only 5'11", so maybe not doing quite the right thing that whole time there by trying to post up. Greg Bond with a fake. Three-point shot is long. Jordan's going to push it up quickly. A little bit out of control, missed the shot. Greg Bond up now. The numbers weren't there, but Leonard Fox commits the foul, and Greg Bond will go to the line now.
Personal foul on IPFW, number 12, Leonard Fox.
Boy, I'm amazed how fast Jordan can get up the court. You know, you've got to expect him to be out of control or make a few turnovers once in a while because of his, his incredible ability to create things off the fast break. Things like that are going to happen as much as he handles the ball. So, I don't think Andy Piazza is too upset when
he can't be.
No, there's no way.
He knows one speed, and that's 200 on a 100 scale. So he plays all out, all the time.
Number 40, Lloyd Surgeon, and number 54, Scott Burkhart. In for number 50, John Heinstrider, number 41, Sean Gibson.
There's Greg Bond.
Back into the Wesleyan lineup.
Number 00 for Kentucky Wesleyan, and he's got his first point of the ball game. 51-49, IPFW up. 13:05 left in this ball game. Bond makes the second one. Now 51-50. IPFW breaks the pressure. We've got an offensive foul. Glenn Howard called for the offensive foul. Boy, I'd like to see what he did.
Yeah, I guess we have a bad angle. I couldn't see that one myself. In any case, I think he would have been better off pulling that one back out.
Corey Crowder, who's been quiet here in the second half. Greg Bond now on the ball.
The Mastodons can only hope that Crowder stays that way.
Kentucky Wesleyan with a very controlled offense right now. Bond, with hardly any time left on the shot clock, gets it to fall. Missed a shot at first, and now number 44, Bobby Newton, got the shot to fall and is called for the foul, or that is Corey Crowder. And there is that man again, Corey Crowder, who just when we write him off, comes in and makes a huge bucket there. Credit Bond for getting the shot up, though. There was only 1 second left on the shot clock.
I think he also may have been tripped. I think IPFW got away with the foul on that one.
Well, instead, they come up with a three-point play, and it's 15 points for Crowder and a 2-point lead for IPFW. Three-point shot by number 25 for IPFW. Glenn Howard, and he misses. Rebound Kentucky Wesleyan. Junebug Rake's back in the game. Foul's going to be called on Burkhart.
That was a good shot by Glenn Howard. It just, everything, the mechanics were there, it just didn't fall for him.
So far, a very low scoring affair. 11:54 left in the ball game, 53-51. Anything can happen.
Very low scoring considering Wesleyan scoring at a 103-point clip and IPFW scoring at almost 90 points a game.
Credit the defenses. Bobby Newton misses the shot. Jordan Shank in the ball game for IPFW. He's got the ball.
Personal foul on Kentucky Wesleyan, number 44, Bobby Newton. His third, the team's second of the second half.
Fouls are kind of uneven this half, I would think. Just a second foul on Wesleyan.
Jordan with the ball. Bobby Newton passes inside to Burkhart. Burkhart takes the shot. Good, strong move.
Good entry pass also.
Burkhart, only a junior, so he's got another year left from Allentown, Pennsylvania, and a foul is going to be called is it an offensive foul?
I think we got a defensive foul.
Foul's going to be called on Lloyd Surgeon.
Personal foul on IPFW, number 40, Lloyd Surgeon.
It'd be nice to see that one again. Of course, he did have the position, but he just kept moving.
Into the IPFW lineup, number 41, Sean Gibson, in for Lloyd Surgeon.
We're all tied up. 53 all.
Kentucky Wesleyan, number 23, Corey.
Somewhat of a lethargic second half here in the first 10 minutes. We'll see if things heat up later on.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Corey Crowder makes good on 1 of 2. Jordan from long range. And the rebound goes to IPFW on the team rebound. Scott Shank had good position. Traveling is going to be called. You can see that one coming a mile away. Sean Gibson with that stutter step at the very end there.
He made a good initial move, and then he went for one move too many.
IPFW down by 1. Can't seem to get anything quite going right now. 11 minutes left here in the ball game, and Kentucky Wesleyan in control. Junebug Rakes with the ball. Corey Crowder with 16 points in the ball game so far. Junebug with an errant pass to the outside, saved, and a great save. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. 15 now. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Junebug takes the shot. It's long. Rebound. Burkhart. Up ahead to Jordan. The numbers aren't there. He'll pull up. Or no, he won't pull up. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Glenn Howard. Unfortunate for IPFW. 54 to 43, or 53 to 54. I'll get it right. 1 point deficit for IPFW. We're not getting paid for this anyway, right?
Not that I know of. I think Glenn would have been better off. He had a nice 12-foot jump shot, and Glenn can sink that shot. I think he should have taken the shot that time.
Junebug from three-point land. Got it. Big basket for Kentucky Wesleyan, and Junebug's the man who did it. 57-53, 9:52 left in the ball game. Kentucky Wesleyan on top. Pass inside is going to be called a foul on number 44, Bobby Newton.
That should be 4 on Newton.
Kentucky Wesleyan, number 44, Bobby Newton, his fourth, the team's third in the second half. Into the Wesleyan lineup, number 42, Leroy Ellis, in for Bobby Newton.
And again, Wesleyan substitutes wide body for wider body.
Well, you played with a wide body during your career, Richard Ivey. I remember him well.
Ellis kind of reminds me of Ivey.
He really does. Burkhart gets it slapped away by Kentucky Wesleyan. It'll be out of bounds to IPFW. 9:23 left, 57-53. Kentucky Wesleyan on a run right now. A 6-0 run. Burkhart looks like he got fouled, but he made the bucket anyway. 12 points for Burkhart. He's playing a whale of a ball game tonight.
Yes, he is. That was a great extension on that jump hook.
Foul's going to be called on Jordan. Natives are getting a little restless here. They're waiting for something. They're not sure what to cheer about right now.
Yeah, the pace is a little slow right now. Both teams are trying to set up their half-court games, and not much running's going on. And I think the fans want to see a lot of up and down running.
Crunch time is coming up.
Graphic from Dave Skelton that in the last 8 minutes, IPFW scored just 8 points, but Scott Burkhart has 6 of those, so he's picking up the scoring.
Steve Devine gets his first 2 points. And Kentucky Wesleyan's on top by 4. 8 minutes and 50 seconds left. Three-pointer. It's good, and a foul is called. Sam Long will go to the line for a possible 4-point play.
You don't see that very often.
No.
Great concentration by Long to hit it.
Apparently, the foul was after the shot, so this could be actually a 6-point play.
Yeah, with another three-pointer. Who knows? Maybe we'll get fouled on that one.
Thought just for a second Jordan was going to pull up for it. Inside pass to Burkhart. There he is again, playing a tremendous game. Burkhart with 14 points. IPFW with a 1-point lead. Eight minutes left in the ball game. And what a ball game it is so far. Lived up to his billing. Leroy Ellis blocked by number 41, but a foul is going to be called. Sean Gibson had all ball according to him, but the referee saw it differently.
Sean Gibson, his second, going to the line for Kentucky Wesleyan, number 42.
It's going to be called about 100% of the time when you reach over the top like that, no matter if it's a clean block or not. Leroy Ellis with his 9th point.
Some cases, that foul is called even before the contact even occurs. It's just an anticipation call by the referee.
1-point lead for Kentucky Wesleyan. The pressure. And IPFW breaks it. 7 minutes, 40 seconds. Jordan drive inside, and it's going to fall. 14 points for Jordan. 62-61. IPFW back on top. Steve Devine with the ball. Can't find anywhere to go with it. Corey Crowder now trying to get it inside to Ellis. Crowder's going to be called, it looks like, for an offensive foul, and it should be an offensive foul, but it's not an offensive foul. It's a foul on Leonard Fox.
He definitely had the forearm up, pushing Fox off.
Number 23, Corey Crowder.
But then again, when you're an All-American, I guess you'd get those kind of calls.
Apparently. Crowder now with 17 points. And he misses the second one. Crowder does have 17 points, although you did see the 13 points on the graphics. must tell you in the studio that is wrong. Of course, I don't know everything either.
I think it's more than 13. He had 12 at half, so I don't know if 17 is correct, but I think it's more than 13.
Are you questioning me? Steal by IPF. Oh, what a steal by Lawrence Jordan after the steal by Kentucky Wesleyan. And a nifty move to the inside, but he's missed it. Number 41, Sean Gibson. Junebug rakes with a great move. Junebug now in double figures with 11. He's got 4. 6 minutes left. That could be crucial.
Substitution for the Panthers. 0-0 Greg Vaughn back on the lineup. Now it's number 32, Jay Burkman.
64-62, Kentucky Wesleyan with the lead. Passes out to Lawrence Jordan. Jordan makes a quick move. He's going to take it inside again with that patented Jordan move, but he misses this time, and Ellis gets the rebound. Ellis from three-point land. That's not his forte, but he makes it anyway. 13 points for Leroy Ellis, and Kentucky Wesleyan is on top by 5 now. 5 minutes and 49 seconds left. Well, we have had a seesaw battle here.
Yes, we have. I think it's a good timeout by IPFW. Chance for them to talk things over. Wesleyan's going up 5 points when you said it had been going seesaw back and forth. Now they have a 5-point margin.
Coach Andy Piazza talking over the strategy with his troops. He's got an assistant coach named John Felsky, who's doing a tremendous job along with Andy Piazza, and student assistant coach Bobby Marshall, who used to play for IPFW as well.
I think what Andy's telling the team is right now diagramming something where he's going to have Jordan penetrate and try to dish off to one of the big men down low.
And Kentucky Wesleyan with a 5-point lead have to feel pretty good about their position right now with a little under 6 minutes left.
Now, IPFW has overcome that tradition factor. Over the years, IPFW is 0-11 against Wesleyan.
Yeah, that's something we forgot to point out. I'm glad you pointed that out because we've never beaten them.
That's the tradition factor, the Boston Celtic factor.
Jordan will inbound the ball and control the offense here. They're looking for as sure a shot as they can possibly get in this situation. And that could be it. Three-pointer. Leonard Fox. Wide open, and he canned it. Now a 2-point deficit for IPFW. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the ballgame. And a push-off on Greg Bond. Crowd yells. No foul called. Traveling is going to be called a turnover, and IPFW can tie it up.
Big turnover right there.
Five minutes now. And we've got a three-point attempt again by number 41, Sean Gibson. And IPFW has taken the lead. 68-67. 4 minutes and 49 seconds left in the ballgame.
Gibson looked very natural shooting that three-pointer.
Ellis could have been called for traveling.
Could have and should have.
And a steal by Burkhart. Sam Long over to Jordan. Jordan drives, Long, wide open, got it! Off the playmaking of Lawrence Jordan. 3-point lead for IPFW. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left in the ball game. A timeout called, and the crowd is ecstatic right now as IPFW is as close to winning against Kentucky Wesleyan as they've been in a long time. A lot of time left.
Right now, IPFW is playing about just as well as they can play right now. They're doing everything right now.
But there's a lot of pressure on in a game like this, especially with IPFW having. They know they're a good team, and they know they're 10-1, and they know that they can win. But boy, there's a lot of pressure when you've never won against a team, and especially in your home court.
Again, we have that tradition that Wesleyan, they just think they can win, and right now I think IPFW feels that they can beat Wesleyan right now.
Some great plays down the stretch so far here by Lawrence Jordan and his assist and the playmaking and the leadership that he provides.
It's been a real barn burner in the second half, and as David Skelton indicates, there's been 8 lead changes. And we hope there are no more.
You're watching NCAA Division II basketball. Kentucky Wesleyan versus IPFW at the multipurpose building in Fort Wayne. This is NCAA Division II basketball at its best. I'm Mike Neely along with Charles Washington. We've got 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in the ball game, 70-67. IPFW on top of the number 2 rated Division II basketball team in the country. And a traveling could have been called there too. Ellis pushes off, gets the bucket, and a rebound by number 20. Reggie Odom. Ellis got away with almost 2 fouls there.
I think that's just a matter of Wesleyan always playing aggressive so they can get away with it.
70-69, an intense ball game. It has been close the whole time. I don't think the lead's been more than 5 on either side.
I'm just glad I'm up here and not down there.
Burkhart, who's played an incredible game so far, and so has number 41, Sean Gibson, who now in double figures. So Gibson and Burkhart both have contributed in fine fashion tonight. Lob pass into Ellis. Ellis makes a tough shot. Ellis with 15. 1-point ball game again. 72-71 IPFW on top. They've got to get it across the line, and Jordan breaks the pressure. Minutes and 25 seconds left in the ball game. Leonard Fox passes inside, and we're going to have some little altercation between Leroy Ellis and Sean Gibson. I think Gibson's going to come out in the short end on that one.
But he's not backing down.
What an intense ball game.
The next foul, IPFW will be shooting free throws.
And Sargent lets it drop right off his knee, and that is a crucial turnover. 2:14 left, 72-71 IPFW up by 1.
They just have to buckle up now and play the good defense.
three-point attempt. Good! Tim Griffin gets his first points of the ball game. He averages 10. And he's got his first three, and those were big. Pressure by Kentucky Wesleyan. 74-72. They have the lead now. 1 minute, 35 seconds left in the ball game. Burkhart. He's long on the shot. A big rebound. Gibson up ahead to Crowder. Crowder's going to take it, and he pulls it back out. A smart move. A well-coached team, Kentucky Wesleyan. Timeout. 2-point lead for Kentucky Wesleyan. 1:16 left.
You can't fault Scott Burkhart for taking that shot. He's been making that shot all night long, and he's been bread and butter tonight, so you have to go to him, and so you really can't fault him for missing.
Yeah, he has had that shot all night, and he has been canning them. The guy's got 14 points. He's put forth a great effort tonight.
Yeah, but on that last one, there may have been just a little more pressure on him than earlier in the second half and the first half.
Burkhart only, well, I say only a junior, but he hasn't had experience against pressure basketball like this before. 6'5" from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
And this is his first experience in the GLVC.
Right. There's the tail of the scoreboard. Nice crowd tonight.
This last 1 minute and 16 seconds, you'll find out who's going to take the crunch time shots. And my guess would be Jordan and Surgeon for IPFW, and definitely Corey Crowder for Kentucky Wesleyan, and probably Ellis on the inside.
IPFW playing man-to-man. Seconds left in the shot clock. We're down to 1 minute left in the ball game. 13 seconds left in the shot clock. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Steal by IPFW, and oh my goodness, how about that?
That was a gimme. Great defense, and it's a shame.
Foul's going to be called on number 14, Steve Devine. 76-72 after that unfortunate circumstance down at the end. IPFW played such great defense, and to come away with a bucket like that shows you maybe they have a little bit of Celtic green in them, right? Except it's a Kentucky Wesleyan purple.
But here's a great chance to pick up 2 points without the clock moving right now.
Exactly. And who was there to pick up the garbage basket except our fine friend Corey Crowder?
No, I think it was Odom, I believe.
Hey, I'll take your word for it. In fact, I was just fishing for who made that basket. I didn't know.
If I just had to guess, that's who I'd say, though, myself.
Odom with 4 points now, and Fox makes the basket. The first free throw. That's a lot of pressure on that first free throw.
Yeah, this is going to be a little easier. So they say. So we say.
You're right. 76-73, a 3-point lead for Kentucky Wesleyan with 33 seconds left in the ball game. You couldn't ask for a better game than this, and we had a great game with the women's game. I tell you, it's been a double whammy tonight to the maximum.
I just hope we can get the same results.
When we come back, Leonard Fox will be at the line to try to convert on the second free throw. Remind you, our next televised game will be Kentucky State against IPFW on January 18th, 1990. I keep remembering that 1990 goes on my checks, not 1989. That's going to be tough. It'll be another month before I get that straight. At 6 o'clock, we'll have that telecast for you. The ladies from Kentucky State will take on the IPFW Lady Dons. And at 8 o'clock, Kentucky State Thoroughbreds.
They're a new team in the conference.
Thoroughbreds will take on the IPFW Mastodons. As Charles said, they are a new team. Catch all the action of college basketball right here on College Access, Channel 6. Fox makes the second one. Back to action here. And pressure by IPFW, a steal by Jordan, and they call a foul. .31 seconds. Only 2 seconds went off the shot clock. 76-74. Griffin shooting 71% from the free throw line.
Fox just showed you that shooting percentages don't mean a whole lot in the last couple of minutes of crunch time. He's a senior with savvy, and he just walked up there and knocked both of them down.
Into the lineup for IPFW number 54, Scott Burkhart. Going to the line for Kentucky Wesleyan, number 32, Tim Griffin, shooting a 1-1.
Griffin misses. Rebound, IPFW. Tremendous hustle by Lawrence Jordan to tip the ball off the hands of a Kentucky Wesleyan defender. And now we have a timeout by IPFW, 76-74 with 29 seconds left. You're watching College Access at IPFW. Great basketball tonight.
It was just great hustle by Lawrence, but after watching him for 4 years, you come to expect those kind of things from him. Just a heady, hustling ball player.
With Charles Washington, I'm Mike Neely. I hope you're enjoying the ball game tonight. And tune in for the next telecast January 18th at 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock for another doubleheader. If it's anything like tonight, make sure you join us.
If it's anything like our first two games, they've been tremendous. Our last telecast against Southern Indiana was same thing, just tremendous.
I'd like to take this time to thank the crew, our producer-director Greg Schmitz, College Access Channel 6, and the Learning Resource Center at IPFW for their participation in the live production of our game tonight. Great job by all of those people. We're back. Ball's in bounds, 27 seconds. 25 seconds now. Jordan with the ball. That's who they want to have it. 20 seconds now. An offensive foul, or a defensive foul, that is. Leroy Ellis picks up the foul for Kentucky Wesleyan. And now Burkhart's going to go to the line.
I think it's Sargent going to the line. And that's who we want there. He's shooting at 90% clip.
Lloyd Sargent has 10 points tonight, averages 11. He can make that average right now, and that would be a nice way to make it, too. Got it. He's got his average, and IPFW has got a 1-point deficit. 76-75, 18 seconds remaining. A lot of time left for Kentucky Wesleyan to come back and counteract. It's short. Leroy Ellis with a rebound. And Jordan automatically 1-and-1. Looked like it was going to be called intentional at first, but he comes up with the foul, and looks like Tim Griffin will go to the line for Kentucky Wesleyan.
I don't have the graphics right here, but let's find out what he's shooting. 70%. I think Lloyd kind of got a little nervous and short armed that last free throw. Big free throw coming up.
IPFW assured of getting the ball back. But the more points are tacked on, the harder it's going to be. Tim Griffin now with 4 points. And he misses the second one. 2-point deficit, 12 seconds. 11, 10, 9. Pass over to Sargent. He misses. Rebound, IPFW. Jordan for the three-pointer. He misses. The game is over. And Kentucky Wesleyan comes away with a dramatic victory after IPFW had 4 chances to win it.
I don't want to say it, but I'm afraid to say that Kentucky Wesleyan won on tradition tonight. This is the ball game that I don't feel they should have won, but again, with all the rich tradition they have, they come up with ball games that they really have no business winning.
Boy, that is a devastating loss for IPFW. Maybe not so devastating because they lost to a team that was ranked second in the nation, but perhaps devastating because they came so close to beating a team they have never beaten before, and to finally receive the recognition that they deserve, which probably will not happen again until they beat Kentucky Wesleyan.
Yeah, a win right here would have definitely brought rankings and a lot of recognition to the IPFW program. But still, they have nothing to be ashamed of at all. It was a great ball game and had a lot of chances to win, but the ball just didn't bounce our way tonight.
Can't say enough about the play of Scott Burkhart, who is new to the GLVC pressures. He did miss a few shots down the stretch, but played a great game with 14 points. Lawrence Jordan, as usual, was the money man, but he couldn't cash in there on that last three-pointer and the last shots in the last seconds of the ball game. But Lawrence Jordan, always a leader, always a catalyst of the team. They win and they die with Lawrence Jordan.
And like you said, we had the people taking the shots that we wanted taking the shots. We had a Lloyd Sargent taking the shot. Lloyd Sargent took a 12-foot jump shot, and he should have knocked it down, but he did not take it down. And Lawrence Jordan also had a last-second shot. Those are the two people you want taking the shots, but unfortunately, they didn't go down for us.
Okay, have you ever wanted to know about college access and the types of programs available on Channel 6? Well, why don't you mail us a postcard or a letter with your name, and if you enjoyed broadcasts like this, mail us a letter with your name, address, and zip code to College Access in care of IPFW, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805-1499. Become a Channel 6 program guide subscriber, free of charge. So, for Charles Washington, tonight's ball game was brought to you by Channel 6, and all the guys did a great job. For Charles Washington, I'm Mike Neely, saying so long, where the final score was 77-75. We'll be joining NCTV in progress immediately following the ball game. So long, everybody.
Terry Rosinski, IPFW Lady Dons. How are you doing today?
We're just fine, thank you.
How's the team look?
Well, we're looking real good so far. We're 10-2. We've won our last 4 or 5